Alright kids, how are we all doing? There are 5 days left to join the ChessTap founders, and I'm going to play a Rapido. I'm going to play 15 plus 10, and I'm going to start introducing this concept. I've got a course coming out on it, which will be probably by the end of November on ChessTap for this new concept, the master code. So let's just start to talk about it a little bit. Okay, so I'm grabbing the center. So the principle is, as I've mentioned, just touched on in a couple of videos, agency, which is the idea that there is one principle to rule them all, that behind every other principle in chess, what we're trying to do is one thing. Remember, was it City Slickers, Curly, Jack Palance, was it? One thing. Okay. And the one thing is, it's to maximize your agency, minimize your opponent's agency. What is agency? Agency is the ability to choose, right? And specifically, the ability to play good moves. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to minimize Zulfi 2005's scope for making good moves. Okay, so within that, there's a reason why we castle, there's a reason why we occupy the center, there's a reason why we try and capture material, or why we protect our material, etc. Everything else in chess, if you think about it, and the course will explain all of this in a few hours, boils down to the same thing. The more you can minimize your opponent's choices for making good moves, the closer you get to crushing them and getting them to a position where there's no good moves left, which is when the game ends. So here we have a Pirc. I've just played a very classic setter. I'm not sure what is this, the 110 attack or the Austrian attack? I don't know. So we've got a big choice here, whether to capture on e5 or to push f5. So, capturing on e5, we are grabbing control of the center, increasing our control of the center. If I push, we've got control over this square, we've got more control over this square, and we've got space. So we've got space behind our pawns. That's squares that we control, right? And space is absolutely an expression of agency. Right? When you've got the control of all of these squares, right? And how many squares has he got? That, right? And if I pushed f5, I can take that square away from him. So I'm gonna push f5 at this point. Now it's also tempting to capture here and open up the F file with the idea of getting my rook onto F1 and so on and so forth. I could even now push D5 and really try and start to squeeze the life out of this position. Got ideas of getting my queen, not that square for now because the knight controls it and we don't want to lose a queen. So what are we thinking? Like queen onto something like G3, bishop here, just as an idea. Try and force him to open things up. But right now, this bishop's bad. That bishop's terrible. I'm going to push. I'm going to throttle Zulfi. Okay. Now, he's kind of doing the right thing. He's really, really low on space, which means he's really, really low on good squares. And he's trying to trade off. When you're low on space, it means you just don't have that many safe squares to put your bits on. So he's trying to swap off. And I'm slightly inclined not to let him. Although this is my bad bishop, right? Again, why is this a bad bishop? Well, it can't get through my own pawns. It's impossible. So it can't get through any of these lines. These lines are all kind of forbidden to my bishop. It can go up this way, but why? You know? So I'm thinking, if I let him take, I take back with the queen. I'm just one step away from G3. I could put my knight here. which doesn't get in the queen's way. If I castle, I've maybe got queen e1, queen g3. Either way, knight e2 is not a bad idea. Also, when you've got a closed position like this, the scope for bishops is lower, right? And scope means less agency. Ah, he took my pawn? Bugger. I didn't see that. I did not see that. That's rubbish. Okay, I'm going to attack him again now. That's annoying, because I was explaining that to you. It doesn't matter, it's only a game. Doesn't matter. Win 17. Okay, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, if I take with my queen, I've got maybe can go there, but I want the bishop to have access to that. Okay, I've given up a pawn. I've given up 2 pawns. Okay, the rook and the bishop defend this guy now. Okay, well, everything I was saying about squeezing the life out of the position, forget about it, because he's just exploded my centre. And, you know, I had a sensitive centre with this backwards pawn on e4 that I really, really needed to guard, and I didn't guard it. So, okay, 1 attacker, 2 defenders. I want to get my queen here. Yeah, for some reason, my rapid has now jumped to win 17 points, lose 16. It's like I didn't play rapid for a while, and so now it's kind of changed. Okay, here and here makes sense. If I go here, is he going to put his knight here and try and hurry me away? Then I go there, and he goes back, and I come back. He's not going to come here. He's probably play knight here. Yeah, and then I won a few in a row, and then suddenly I'm 1750 in rapid, which is like my highest ever. And then I've lost a couple, so I'm 1726. And I'm not doing terribly well in this game. Okay, here I'm threatening mate. We're just going to do it, aren't we? Knight here actually defend. Okay. Still the pawn can't take because it's in an absolute pin by the queen. Okay, so the whole game has changed now. I now have this, but that. Oof. Okay, I'm just going to centralize a rook, I think. This. I can put him straight here. Straight there, I'm just going to walk into that anyway, aren't I? This is not great. I've now got a couple of nice squares for my knight. This defends that pawn another time. He might try and chase me away. Pawn is still pinned. I could just pin the knight. So again, agency, right? This knight now, although it can reach potentially 8 squares legally, it can't, because if black plays that, he could lose his queen, and losing his queen means losing control over a lot of squares on the board, right? And losing control of a lot of squares means losing options for moves. Still quite like this move. Let's examine this. I'd love it if I get him to take this way. Can I attack the knight again? Possibly. Might walk into this. There's also a check. Probably no good because he's always got F takes. Yeah, I'm not keen on this idea. because I wanted to do this. Let's stick this here. If bishop takes, maybe even have rook takes. We've got ideas. So a lot of these kind of shorthands that we've come up with when we're talking about calculation and talking about positional play. Positional play is all about agency, by the way. It's all about improving your position. What is a good position? And also, what is good eval? It's based on heuristics from the computer. Okay. But basically, eval is the hard calculated expression, according to the engine, of agency. So, if I take this knight now, he's got 2 attackers and only 1 defender on that. But there, he takes me. There, I kind of want to take the knight. Do I? He's not going to take here with a bishop because he loses material. That's 2 defenders. If I take him and bishop takes knight, do I just do this then? I'm going to try it. There, knight takes, queen takes. This is now a threat. Okay. That opens up my king. Now, opening up your king, right, increases your opponent's opportunity to play good moves, forcing moves, for example. So if I take here, I hit the queen. Queen comes here and hits the b-pawn. I push the... Oh, queen comes there with a fork because it's check. In fact, she's got that anyway, hasn't she? I take the knight. There. Queen comes here. I don't have this. I take with the pawn. Queen comes here. That's check. It still wins that. Take with the pawn. Don't really like it. Take the knight. Queen comes here. I have to get out. Recaptures. Just looking bad all round, really, isn't it? Yeah, not a good state of affairs, to be fair. I'm just going to roll the dice. I'm going to take the knight. I'm expecting this move. Oh, I've got this. Yeah, I've got that with tempo on the queen. So, did we just win a piece? No. No, we didn't. Okay. But we do now, don't we? The pawn can't take the queen because it's in an absolute pin from the bishop. And now this is a kind of a no-brainer. Okay, queen's still got this. Okay, well that was a tactical blunder by my opponent. Alright, I'm inclined to play bishop here. Because I think we're better now, even though I'm down in material. And here's another thing, here's another aspect where agency comes into play. I'm down in material, my opponent has 1 more pawn, equivalent, right? So I've got 5 pawns, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got 2 more pawns. And 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he's got 1 more pawn than me, that's it. That's all it is. 1 more pawn. But my rooks are more active. My bishop is good. He's got 2 attackers on this. I'm just going to come here. I don't want to trade queens at this point. I'd love to open up this diagonal. Okay, what's weak? The king side is weak. I'd love to shore up my pawns here. I'm just going to do this, I think. We've got 2 defenders on here, currently 1 attacker. I want to maximise the scope of this bishop. Okay, brilliant. Now I could take there, apart from he has rook takes, because this pawn is now in an absolute pin. I'm really happy to see that. So rook fe1, right? Now I'm now just threatening to take here. Okay, I see your plan. Here, if rook takes, I'm thinking now this. Let's think this through. G4 defends the pawn. This is what I want to do anyway. I want to put my pawns on light squares to take away all of these squares from his bishop, which is not yet developed. Also, it's trapping in this rook on A8, right? Which is currently patrolling 2 little squares on the board, right? My rooks, however, are patrolling this many squares, right? That's the difference. He's got these, and this guy has only got 3 squares currently. Technically, maybe this one as well, right? So I think we just defend. And now takes, he can't take because queen takes. And I'm just, okay. Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we? But I didn't think it through all the way. I can just take here. Because this pawn's also in an absolute pin. Ah! Tactical blunders everywhere. But, you know, this is it. We're at 1700 level. Right? People blunder. People blunder at all levels, guys. Okay, he's got 2 attackers on there now. That's annoying. That is annoying. I kind of buggered that up a little bit, didn't I? Here, he's just got pawn takes. Or rook takes. Let's think it through. Here, if rook takes, I take, pawn takes, takes. Okay, my arrows are very bad. Here, pawn takes, and I don't know what I do. I've just thrown away a bishop. So I think I kind of just have to come back and defend this pawn. But I'm only defending it once. He can now just take, can't he? Ah, with the bishop. Ah. And skewer the queen on the rook. Ah. Not good. Should have come here. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I buggered that up. Yeah, it's a losing position. Okay, but a quick look at the review. But I hope you're getting the point, although I'm trying to do 2 things at once, which isn't great. Okay, so we had a good position a couple of times there. But yeah, not fantastic. I don't think it's worth really grinding over that one. I did not play at 1700 level, neither did my opponent. My blunder, oh wow, G4. So this was the critical position, and I could just take there. If he takes, I take back. Yeah? And we're slightly better. This was... Oh, that's the wrong decision as well. Again, just simple calculation. I should have just recaptured. Yeah. You could tell it was a critical position. But anyway, well played by my opponent, but that's the point. So there will be a course called the Master Code. I'll show you a graphic. Coming out in the next few weeks, and it will be really, really fascinating. Now, is it going to catapult your ELO immediately? No. But I think what it will do is it will instill an understanding of the game, of why we do this, why we do that. and it will give all of us a foundation to build on in the weeks, months, years going forward. So yeah, if you want to get free access to this, actually be part of the creation process and be part of some live sessions where we go over the material before I create the course for this one, for FBOM 1000, which is also coming out in the next few weeks, and everything else going forward, then have a look at the Founders Club, which is open now just for 5 more days. I've done a video, it's 21 minutes long, where we go over a bit of stuff, quite interesting. And yeah, do consider that either for yourself or maybe for a gift for some chess mad friend as well, if you like them a lot. But yeah, that you'll be part of creating a new platform. It's a load of fun. So all that remains is for me to thank you for watching, to wish you all the best and have a lovely, lovely day.